Hi everyone, my name is Ian and you're watching Big Rock Media. Today I'm going to give you a review and a full tour of Lake Hemet Campground. Lake Hemet is a privately run, very large campground just south of Idyllwild, California at an elevation of around 4,500 feet. At Lake Hemet you'll find everything from full hookup RV sites to partial hookup RV sites, dry camping sites for tents or trailers, group sites, and also cabins. Lake Hemet is a 400-acre man-made reservoir. This lake was created to provide a water supply to the Hemet and San Jacinto Valley below. The dam was completed in 1895 and is historically significant because at 122 feet tall, at that time, it was the largest solid masonry dam in the entire world. So you are in the mountains here. So the climate is warm in the summer. Sometimes you get monsoon thunderstorms, July and August time frame. In the winter, it's cold at night and days can be either chilly and breezy or they can be relatively mild. It does snow occasionally, although it doesn't receive as much snow as Idyllwild does, Idyllwild being about 1,000 feet higher in elevation. People come from all over to stay at Lake Hemet because it's a great family-oriented campground with a ton of activities. Everything from biking and hiking to fishing on the lake, bird watching, nature watching, and so much more. There's just a ton to do here at Lake Hemet. So if you're planning a visit to Lake Hemet, there's an important thing to understand about this campground. It's a very, very large campground with 7 different camping areas. In a couple minutes, I'm going to give you a tour of all of the campground areas so you can see video of each of the loops and see where you'd like to stay. Keep in mind that only a couple of the loops have hookups. I think it's loops 1 and 2. Those areas have some hookup sites. They also offer cabins, group camping areas, and tent sites, which I'll show here in a minute in a video. If you're coming in a travel trailer or RV and you want to have some hookups at your site, I would highly recommend Area 2B, the Bear Loop. I think that has the best RV sites. The area that we've stayed in, which is Area 1 Raccoon Camp, is actually part of the trailer park and doesn't quite give you the RV experience that you might be looking for. If you want to be as close to the lake as possible and closest to nature and you don't mind running a generator, then loops 5, 6, and 7 are going to be your best bet. So here's what we love about Lake Hemet. We love the scenery and the fact that you're on a large body of water. There's tons of really beautiful birds in the area. You can go fishing, boating, kayaking on the lake. There's tons of trees for shade. It's always pretty breezy, which on a hot day is nice. And it's just a beautiful area to stay. There are a number of things that I don't like about Lake Hemet Campground. One is going to be the crowds on the weekends. So it's a dramatic difference between the week and the weekends here. So keep that in mind. Weekends can get pretty crazy, and especially getting in and out of the front gate can get really backed up. Another thing I don't really like about Lake Hemet is that the prices are pretty high. We paid like $65 a night for the cheapest RV hookup site, and some of the sites go up much higher than that. So it seems like a very expensive campground. The other thing I don't like is that in some of the areas, especially in the Raccoon area number 1 where we stayed, is that the infrastructure is pretty run down. So the hookups are pretty run down and old. Also, the placement of the hookup post compared to where you're going to park your trailer can be a very, very long way away. And I didn't even have a long enough water cord to reach where I needed to go. The other thing that can be a downside for Lake Hemet is that it's a no body contact lake because it's a water storage reservoir. However, it's not really no body contact because somehow the Lake Hemet Water District has worked out a deal with the concessionaire of this campground, and the campground has some sort of a splash zone or a swimming area roped off, which of course they charge admission for, but also at the same time they're saying that the lake is a no body contact lake. So I don't understand. That seems kind of confusing and really just like a way for them to make even more money. If you're looking for a lakefront campground in Southern California in the mountains to escape the heat of summer, you're really going to be hard-pressed to beat Lake Hemet. There's not many alternatives to this. You'll find a few small campground areas with lakes in San Diego County, and of course you might think of Big Bear Lake, but honestly this campground is nicer and has more facilities than any of the campgrounds at Big Bear Lake. There's also a lot less crowds here than in the Big Bear Valley. Well, I hope this overview was useful, and now I'm going to start you on the tour of showing you all the different loops of the campground. So from here on out, I'm not going to talk anymore, but if you're looking at booking a site here, you're going to want to watch these next sections of videos, which I'll break into chapters, so you can see how the sites are laid out and how they look in order to help you plan your trip. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, and we'll see you in our next video.